I'm telling you this because I went through it and this is what I have, and you're heading the same way, but well, I want to see it for myself because I can do the same thing, but I may not have the same results as you. So that's why I said experience is the best teacher, because everyone wants to see for themselves instead of going on my experience, and I'm telling you not to do it because this is what's going to happen. Well, I want to see for myself.
Okay.
I'm going to do it my way and see if I get the same thing. So.
Hi again, ladies. You guys haven't had time for a short interview? Yeah? I timed it for about 10 minutes, but sometimes it goes over. I'm doing something called street epistemology, where I just have short talks with just random people. And, sorry. I do something called street epistemology, where I interview just random people about anything, and I ask you to pick a claim or a stance or a belief that you're confident is true, and I'll ask questions to not only uncover what you believe, why you believe it, but also how you came to the conclusion you did, and the factors and what method you used. So the epistemology is like the study of knowledge and how we come to know things, and so that's kind of what I'm doing, is uncovering the way you reached certain conclusions. You want to try it?
I guess, sure.
Yeah? Okay, so are you okay if I record it?
Oh, sure.
Okay, all right. My name is Eddie.
I'm Shelitrice Bonner. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, you're gonna have to help me spell that. Okay.
Shelitrice. C-E. Shelitrice.
Shelitrice. Okay, all right. All right, so I asked someone to pick a belief. It could be anything. So like some examples would be, I believe karma is real and happening. I believe prayer works. I believe in a God. I believe evolution is true. I believe evolution is not true. I believe in aliens. I believe the earth is flat. I believe, vaccines.
I believe that,
you can just pick whatever you want.
About lesson is the best lesson.
A what?
No, I'm just saying. I said about lesson is the best lesson. Something experience is the best teacher.
Experience is the best teacher. You want to talk about that?
Sure.
Okay. Experience, best teacher. All right, so we're going to spend 10 minutes on that. I want to get a sense of how confident you are that this is true. So from 0 to 100, how confident are you?
I'm about 80%.
80%, okay. So what's the main reason you are at that 80% confidence?
Just parenting and, the stuff that you experienced as a child, and then you see your kids go through the same thing, and the knowledge that you have, because this is what I did, this is what I went through doing the same thing, and this is what happens, and you try to guide and teach so they won't, but everyone wants to see for themselves, so it's pretty much the I feel that I'm telling you this because I went through it and this is what I have, and you're heading the same way, but well, I want to see it for myself because I can do the same thing, but I may not have the same results as you. So that's why I said experience is the best teacher, because everyone wants to see for themselves instead of going on my experience, and I'm telling you not to do it because this is what's going to happen. Well, I want to see for myself.
Okay.
I'm going to do it my way and see if I get the same thing. So.
Okay. So what are some competing teachers besides experience? What are the other ways that people might think they can learn something?
Well, social media, for one, that's a big one with younger kids. Social media, and then just like word of mouth. This person having that, and then seeing a lot of stuff now is social media driven, because they see different people on social media doing something. Well, this is how they came up with the result, or they said this happened for them, and this is what, especially the younger generation, they're more apt to looking on social media and Googling it and YouTube and finding out, how stuff is done, and this is how they did this, and this is what their results. So I'm going to try this instead of listening to what you said, mom and dad, or family members. So
Okay. So if we were to kind of try to do a study or a test that could test these different ways people learn, would that be something that you would be interested in, or that would impact your confidence? Like, because I know what you're saying is your personal experience of being a parent is how you've come to believe that experience is the best teacher. Would you value studies that would give out information?
Oh yeah, well, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, more knowledge. The more you learn and knowledge, that's power. The more you learn and see different results and having something concrete, statistical wise, saying this and this and this and this. Yeah, that's always good, because then you have some verification of either what you're saying is true or what you're saying isn't as true as you thought. So
Okay.
yeah, that's always always willing to learn more about different stuff, because nobody's I'm not completely right. This is just what worked for me. So,
Right.
You may show me something, or you may show a different way, and that may work better than what I thought. So, yeah, it's
Okay.
always good to.
Do you think that going off of only experience is better? So, like, if a parent said, "I'm not going to tell you anything, I'm
Yeah.
not going to show you anything, you just have to experience everything yourself," would that be a viable way to teach someone?
I don't think just letting them sink or swim, because that's kind of the same. I'm not telling you nothing, you figure it out for yourself. I think we still have to give some input, and then if they choose to accept it or not to accept it, then that's when you go and you know see how whatever you think works for you. But
Okay.
I think we should give some kind of guidance, whether they take it or not. Then
Okay.
yeah,
So the best way to teach someone isn't necessarily all experience, you figured out, sink or swim, and it's definitely not no experience, I'll just tell you what you need to do and not to do, just trust me.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between.
Yes, it's in between. It's experience. It's concrete knowledge, and then your own results of what you choose to do of yourself. So it's all together, but it's all about the experience of other people and other people's reaction to what they tried, that you're trying to do the same thing. But then when you go and do it on yourself, then you put all that together, because this is what they're telling me and this is what I read, but I'm going to do it my way, and this is what I got. Because so maybe they were right, compared to what I'm thinking was going to happen. So yeah.
I think what you're saying, and if I'm not hearing you correctly, just let me know. I think what you're saying is that it is a combination between experience and telling someone what they should and shouldn't do and why. But experience is the best teacher, because without it, they how do I say it? Without it, they could never really learn the lesson. So you can tell them what the lesson is, and they only when they experience do they really learn that lesson.
Yeah.
Because before it was just what you thought, and
And what
when they experience it, they learn the lesson no matter what, but they learn it faster when you've already told them what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And they go, my mom told me about this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we only got like 4 minutes left, but I think I understand.
Okay.
Maybe one more question would be, what would it take for you to be less confident that this was true? So what would get you to like drop below 50%?
I guess seeing, more statistics and saying that, a greater population or more people have said, and then, saying, or if you're like me, my sister, and, everybody, we're all doing the same thing, and then this is the result of all different levels of people, all different level, economic levels in different areas. And this is what we've come up with from more people than just me and you, of different people, and having a broad spectrum of examples to say out of all these people, this is a result that we have for everybody trying to do the exact same thing that you did, and so this is it. Then I'll be like, well, okay, well, it's not just, they've tried it for different people, different ages, different, just complete different people, and everybody got this result. And it's not just, me saying, oh, well, well, maybe so. But, I think it's just evidence of, the data that you get.
Yeah.
If you see that 50% of a million people are coming up with this, then, that's a lot of people. So, you have to be like, well, maybe I wasn't as right as I thought.
Okay, so you're saying that you have your personal experience, and from what you can tell, experience seems to be the best teacher, but you'd be open to being wrong if you were exposed to more data showing something else. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I appreciate the talk.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You have a good day too. Stay cool.
I'll try.